Hello, my name is Vineet Atlani and this video is to talk about IoT and embedded system. Now, what is IoT? IoT extends connection to the objects. The Internet of Things is a rapidly growing technology which aims connect all devices to the existing internet infrastructures. At present, only mobiles and computers, tablets, smart TVs are connected with internet. By using IoT, all the devices such as coffee maker, a washing machine, a fan, a light, almost anything you can think of which have sensors can be connected with internet. Objects can be identified and connected to other objects. Internet of Things basically is devices that have sensors that are programmed to act in a certain way are connected together to achieve a certain result. Sensors, by using sensors, objects become intelligent. A device can tell you if something is happening or something is wrong with it. A smart sensors can measure, store, analyze, communicate, and act on the data. Example, there are many uses of IoT, such as medical and healthcare. A patient's health can be monitored in real time. A doctor can be notified of some emergency in seconds before the hospital staff can inform the doctor. And the process of handling the emergency situation can be very fast. Now, what are embedded systems? Embedded systems are a cornerstone of electronic industry today. An embedded system is designed for a specific purpose. The system gains its name from the fact that the software is embedded into it for a particular application. An embedded system is a combination of computer hardware and software, either fixed in capability or programmable, designed for a specific functions or a functions with a larger system. Embedded systems are computing system, but they can range from having no user interface to having complex graphical user interface such as mobile devices. Now, some characteristics of embedded system. All embedded systems are single functions, that is, have single objective, and they perform in real time, that is real time performance. That is, if input given at any unpredictable time, the system perform action without any delay. Multi-rate, take example camera. It can be color, black and white, or motion. Here all these supported for a particular camera action. So an embedded system have multiple rate operations. Embedded systems in IoT. It is essential to know about the embedded devices while learning the IoT or building the projects on IoT. The embedded devices are the objects that build the unique computing systems. These systems may or may not be connected to internet. The embedded system generally runs as a single application. However, these devices can connect through internet connection and able communicate through other network devices, enabling Internet of Things. Now, this diagrams depicts how a embedded system is connected through internet. Embedded system can have a unique IP to connect to internet. It can be also connected to other devices using a LAN, such as your lights can be connected to each other so that all lights can be turned on or turned off with a single button. These embedded systems, to be a part of IoT, should have some kind of sensors. These sensors, any type of sensor can be used in an IoT. And it can be connected through other devices. An embedded system can be connected to internet through Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, internet, Ethernet, or other methods. Now, let's talk about embedded system hardware. An embedded system basically have two parts, a hardware and a software. Embedded system hardware. Embedded system can be of two types, microcontroller or microprocessor. Both of these types contain an integrated circuit. Embedded system, in either case, an integrated circuit is at the heart of the product that is generally designed to carry out computation for real-time operations. Microprocessors are visually indistinguishable from microcontrollers, but while the microprocessor only implements a central processing unit and thus requires the addition of other components such as memory chips, microcontrollers are designed as self-contained system. Microcontrollers include not only a CPU but also memory and peripherals such as flash memory, RAM, or serial communication ports. Because microcontrollers tend to implement full systems, they are frequently put to use on more complex tasks. For example, microcontrollers are used in operations of vehicles, robots, medical devices, and home appliances, among others. At the other end of microcontroller capability, the term system on a chip is SoC is often used, although there's no exact delineation in terms of RAM, clock speed, and so on. Now, these diagrams shows this diagram shows the architecture of an embedded system, and required components of embedded systems are sensors, microcontroller, input, controllers, notification device, or display unit. Sensors. Any type of sensor is a must for IoT so that it can record data. A microcontroller is required so the data can be processed. A type of output unit, such as a display unit, is needed to show the data. Other required components are input, controllers, and notification. Input. Your embedded system may require some data from outside, like in medical and healthcare units. The heartbeat of a patient is given as the input. The microcontroller processes it and shows the heartbeat to the display unit. If there is any emergency, notification such as through LED or buzzer can notify the user of any emergency situations. Embedded system software. The embedded system that uses the devices for the operating system is based on the language platform, mainly where the real-time operation would be performed. Manufacturers build embedded software in electronics, example, cars, telephones, modems, appliances, etc. The embedded system software can be as simple as lighting controls running using an 8-bit microcontroller. It can also be complicated software for missiles, process controller systems, airplanes, etc. The core difference between desktop and embedded programming lies in their purpose. General computers are used for multiple purposes, which is why their software can be installed on numerous devices. But embedded system serves a single purpose and is created specifically for a certain device. A certain device that it should work on. Example, your microwave. Your microwave program, the program for your microwave is specifically designed for that particular unit. It cannot be used in other softwares. Example, your OS can be used on many computers, but your program for your microwave can only be used on that particular device. Now, these are some tools list for IoT development. These are used for embedded software development. Some are PyCharm, uses Python, or Arduino, which is very famous for designing small softwares, small machines which can do many kind of work. You can also design using an Arduino. You can design a robot, a remote control car, a simple smart device to connect your TV to your phone, a simple device to connect your light to your phone. Others are WebStorm, Visual Studio. Visual Studio is designed by Microsoft and Eclipse. The basic conditions for these tools is to have an IDE, that is integrated development environment, to provide, which can provide an editor, and compiler, and an assembler, and an executor. And also a debugger, a linker, and also an emulator, which can emulate the functionality of your program. And thank you very much for listening to this video.